Well, hello, hello. My name is Josh Decker, and I've got a question for you. Do you ever feel like maybe you're losing a little bit of control of your mind? I mean, really, just kind of losing touch with reality? Chances are you are. Or you have, and that's actually related to stress. And you're not alone. Most people experience that because we live in a very stressful world. We all know what it's like, right? Whether it's stress from work or stress from kids, stress from relationships. And most people don't have a great way of dealing with it. And unfortunately, that really impacts the quality of life as we experience it. So I wanted to share with you just really briefly some tips I found on Forbes on how to very easily conquer your stress, regain control of your mind, and experience life just a little bit easier. All right, so let's jump in and look at this here. So the first thing is, you know what? You got to exercise. And I know if you're like me, you're like, oh no, not exercise, not that one. But I mean, here's the thing. Even if you don't have time to exercise during the week, on the weekends when you don't have to work, right? You've got 48 hours there. Fit some in, even if it's only like 15 or 20 minutes. I mean, most doctors will tell you, you got to do 20 to 30 minutes, whatever. Get what you can, okay? And that's going to help to reduce your stress because of the endorphins that are released and a lot of other great stuff that happens to your body. And here's what most people don't know about exercise. The mind is very powerful. And so even the memory of exercise, like throughout the week, has some of the same impact as actually exercising. So if you exercise over the weekend and you don't have time to exercise over the week, but you can remember it and you can think about it, you may not get the cardiovascular benefit. You may not lose the weight that you're looking to lose or gain the muscle that you're looking to gain, but you might still release some of those endorphins and help to reduce your stress a little bit. So exercise. 2, minimize chores when you're not working, right? And you go, but wait a minute, that's, the weekend, that's what weekends are for, right? It's to catch up on my chores. Well, but here's the thing. If you spend all weekend working on chores and, things that you really don't enjoy doing, then you don't give your mind a chance to rest. You don't give your mind a chance to actually enjoy anything, right? And that just adds to your stress. I think it was, who was it? Jack Nicholson, right, in The Shining, right? All work and no play, right? Well, that's actually very true. We have to have some sort of play. And so minimize the chores on the weekend. Not saying don't do any, but don't spend your entire weekend working on it. Next, disconnect. You got to get rid of those electronic devices at times, right? And especially most people now are electronically connected to their job, right? So put the email away, put the, whatever you're connected to with work or whatever might cause you stress, put it away while you're not at work and especially over the weekends or, when you have some time, and just allow your mind a chance to breathe from that. And speaking of that, the next thing is pursue a passion. Find something that you are passionate about and go do some of it on a regular basis, because that gives you a sense of enjoyment. It gives you a sense of, something greater and better than what you do for, just a job. And if you're passionate about your job, great, find something else too, right? Because you got to have a break from that job, okay? So find a passion and pursue that. Number 5, spend some quality time with your family, all right? And by quality time, I don't mean sit there and watch TV or go to the movies, right? Because that's really not quality time. And quality can look different for different people, but the important part is that you do spend some quality time with your family, whether it's your kids or your spouse, maybe it's friends, your parents, whoever that family is, but spend some quality time with those people. Number 6, schedule a micro adventure. Go do something that's fun, that's maybe a little bit outside your comfort zone, and you don't have to go far to do it, right? It can be small, it can be, a day trip or whatever, but do something that kind of pushes you a little bit, but that you're going to find fun in as well. And that might give you some new experiences. The mind loves new things, and we just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, it gets dull. And, the mind starts, actually, quite honestly, starts atrophying, right? It doesn't keep growing and going. Number 7, this is really hard for a lot of people. Continue to wake up on the weekends or on your days off at the same time. Don't give yourself permission to sleep in. Now, why is that important? Because the mind works on a pattern. right? It's what we call the circadian rhythm. And when we sleep in on a day, or on a couple of days, we mess up that circadian rhythm, which actually deals with our hormones, not just with like stress. And so if you sleep in on a day, you mess up that circadian rhythm, that actually increases your physical stress, which then impacts your emotional stress. So if you can, get up at about the same time every day, and on the weekends, on your days off, take some of that time to do things that maybe you wouldn't otherwise get to do. I don't mean the chores, right? But something that you're passionate about. Maybe spend some time reflecting. Maybe just give yourself some quiet time and allow your mind to expand and to breathe, because we live in a fast-paced world where we don't do that very often. And lastly, great way to reduce your stress, prepare for the upcoming week on the weekends, or however you manage your time, but spend some time regularly preparing for the immediate future. Why? Because then as you get into the week, you're not left going, gosh, what was it that I needed to do? I can't seem to remember everything that was on my to-do list and the appointments and all that kind of stuff. So spend some time preparing for the week, and that way as you get into it, your mind isn't taxed with trying to remember all this stuff, but you can actually just get in, get productive, and get on with other things. So I hope these tips were helpful for you. Even if you do all of these things, what I found is that it can be hard at times to control your stress and keep control of your mind. And I found a great solution that's worked for me and a lot of my friends and my family. And it's great because it works quickly and it works with your body, right? It's not like it's not self-destructive behaviors, So if you want to know more and you'd like to, kind of learn a little bit about what, I found that works in addition to modifying some of your behaviors and really working to reduce the stress, drop a comment and let me know. I'd be happy to share that with you, or send me a private message and I'll drop you some information. All right. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you taking some time, and I will see you around on the next live. All right. Have a great night.